Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. I've been watching a lot of different YouTubers and people in like the community and stuff play this game, and it kind of hurts sometimes because there is so much information. This game is not super complex, but there's a lot of information that's not told that you have to kind of figure out by asking or just figuring out yourself, which may not be always the easiest. So that's what I'm going to do for you today, is help you. So this is kind of like a tips and tricks, everything you need to know, that type of video, which I guess you guys could already know based off the title and thumbnail and stuff, but whatever. I'm here to help you guys, so I hope you enjoy this video, and let's just start with like salvaging stuff. So this is a little confusing because there's a lot of different parts and roles that play into it. So of course you have the afton shop, which, you know, you can buy stuff for scraps. That's normal, but salvaging is how you get most of your scraps. And always do the 24 hours, which, because 24 hours is the best. It's not really worth doing like two 12 hours or budgeted. It's, you always want to do the 24. And no matter what unit you put in, you will not lose the unit. You're still able to use the unit and stuff like that. Basically how the developers word it is, you're not salvaging the unit is going out and salvaging. I think it would have been really cool. I don't know if the developers would be able to do this, but when you do that, they play like a little animation of it, like jumping through fields, like on its way to like go find and salvage stuff. I don't know. I feel like I can't put like my brain on it, but I know there's a game that kind of has something kind of similar to that. I just cannot like connect what I'm trying to think of. I don't know, but just some better way of showing that, because so many people keep thinking that it's going to remove their best unit. So you're going to want to put the best unit possible into the salvage, because it won't get rid of it, and you're still able to use it in the game. Like right here, I have it in my inventory. This is the diminished one here, and it's in my, oh my goodness, can I click the eggs? And it's right here. As you can see in my inventory, I do not have another one of those. Also, you will want, the best thing to put in is of course shiny vengeful, but that's really hard to get, and 99% of people don't have one. So the next best thing is a shiny crying soul. A shiny, or not shiny crying soul, a shiny mythic, sorry. A shiny mythic is going to be better than a vengeful inside of the salvage. I see people using vengefuls and then they have like a shiny crying soul in their inventory. I'm like, what are you doing? Drives me insane every single time. Shiny crying souls are pretty easy to get. I've gotten like 5 of them. I've sold a good chunk because I keep getting them, because I play a lot of endless. That's how I got, you know, my wins aren't very high, but it's because I like always play endless, which takes a long time, but I've gotten a lot of these presents and stuff. But using these are always the best. Also, increasing level. So this is level 41, this is level 1. The level 41 will be better. So basically what you want to use in the salvage is the best one and the one that's at the highest level for the salvage. That way you'll get the best rewards and the most amount of like, just, yeah, best rewards. I don't know why I was rewording that. So yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Like I said, you'll get a good amount of scrap from this, and then you can spend it here. You can get Sparky, which is a good unit, especially if you get shiny. If you have a good enough unit like I do, I can basically on average get about 500 plus every time. So you can buy like one Sparky a day. I must call him Scrappy. But yeah, that's basically everything you need to know about the salvage part. Next, I want to go into the chance, because this kind of confused me when I first played the game. So if we scroll through here, like we go spring marked, it goes, you know, damage, range, cooldown. That's basically the same for every single enchant, but the enchants change. Sometimes they will have a stun boost, a bleed boost, a slow boost, a burn boost. I think it changes for each different one, and some enchants are going to be better on certain units. Like here, I have a shiny Sparky the dog. It does a bleed, so putting on an enchant like spring marked that increases bleed is going to be good. But adding in like, I don't know, help wanted, which does not do any bleed, it will not help. So you're going to want to find those enchants and do that. Confuse your brain a little bit. Also, this kind of confused me. I thought that like you got spring locked to anything, every single unit might be able to stun then, which is not correct. If you add spring locked to a unit that only does bleed, the bleed stat will increase, but it will not gain any stun, because it's like a plus 25%. 25% of 0 is still 0, if that makes sense. I hope that kind of way of thinking maybe makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, it won't just add stats based off the enchants, it only improves the stats that's already on a unit. In general though, Charge 9 offering is the best, because that increased range is so good that like the stun, and you end up having more stun than if you use like, because like the stun, no, slow, sorry. The slow here is only like 5%, and the slow here is 15. But that 75% range is going to end up making it like more slow over time, if that makes sense. I don't know. I still need to get that on my Night Guard. So yeah. But I think that's really everything about that. It's basically Charlotte's offering, yeah, is normally like the best overall, but you have to be smart because some units, other ones will be better. I do know that they're gonna like buff Spring Locked because they do want that to be the best enchant for most units instead of Charlotte's offering, just because it's the rarest. So down the road, it will definitely change. So keep an eye out for that. If the stats are a lot better, then you probably want to start using Spring Locked, depending on how long down the road you're actually watching this from now. But yeah, that's basically everything to do with enchanting. Also, teehee, I don't know if no one knows, I just, it's so funny just seeing me there. I'll never get used to that. I realized as I was talking about that, I forgot something about, it's kind of goes with the salvaging, but I want to go over some of the chips and stuff, which I love this system. So you have all these chips, and I have a lot. Basically what you do is you go over one, you just click equip, and you can equip everything. These are not permanent, you're able to remove it, and then it adds back. So like I have a payday here, payday 4, if I undo it, then I can re-add it again over and over. It's really unique. Chips it tells you what they do, and each rarity, of course the better ones are going to be the best. There's some really interesting ones like Phantom Sense that allows them to see hidden enemies and stuff like that, or like critical strikes, which gives a chance for a unit to, every time it attacks, do a 40% critical hit, which means that it does triple damage. So that's really good on enemies that attack fast. Like I have a critical strike 5, which means every 1 in 2 attacks will perform a critical hit, and its DPS is okay, and it has a fast cooldown, so it's attacks 10 times a second. So that's adds up to some actually pretty decent damage with that critical strikes with a 50% chance. So there's so many different chips, and you want to add at least them all. Slasher 40% is good. I don't know. Let me look. So I have a Slasher 5, which adds a 50% I don't know. I think the Slasher and the System Overlord's the exact same thing. This increases stats by 1.4, and this decreases the resistance to them by a certain amount. So it ends up, I think Slasher's a little bit better because it seems like it decreases the enemy's resistance to that thing to make it do more damage. I think I don't really know how Slasher really works, but it's a little confusing. It's really confusing to explain, but whatever. I'm just gonna I'll just walk away. Chips are cool, a lot to do, but yeah. I want to talk about summoning. Never do the 1 summoning. I don't know why you would, but there's really no point. You always want to do the 10 or 50 because for the summon 1, it's 100 coins for 1 summon, but if you do the 10 or 50 summon, then it's only 90 coins for 1, so you end up saving some coins. So instead of doing 3 summon 1s like I would right now, I'm going to save up and be able to do more because it's just that little bit cheaper, and over time it definitely does add up. What else do I want to talk about? When it comes to leveling up units, higher levels does increase the bleed and stuff of a unit. Normal Sparky has a 20% bleed, but then when it gets, this one's a level 15, it has a 20.9, and then of course my shiny has a lot higher, but it's not that much more. I don't know, there's not really a good way to put it. Something that's really interesting is that if you're going through Endless or you're fighting Shift 7, Golden Bonnie, it has poison. Yeah, wait, am I blind? Oh, poison right there. I'm so stupid. I keep thinking it's percent. That poison is absolutely insane the amount, but poison actually heals the bosses for I can't remember what it's called. Dang it. Okay, sewage-ridden Bonnie gets healed by poison units. I think it has a 200% poison resistance, so basically instead of it doing damage, it heals him. So poison's not always the best, even though it's an insane amount of damage when using it Endless, and if you're doing Shift 7, which there's really no point doing Shift 7 because building off of that, Shift 6, I believe, I never know which way to go. I think if you have really good units that you can kill stuff fast, then I think Shift 6 hard mode's the best for you, but if you don't have the most overpowered stuff, then I would stick with Shift 6 medium, which would probably be the best for you. It's kind of confusing, but that's probably the best way to grind for coins, technically. It's just a bit of a pain, but yeah, that's probably the fastest way. I never knew there's a Bonnie head in here. Creepy. Bro has no, pupils. Just the eye. Okay, and I'm just getting distracted. So yeah, Cool little thing there. Yeah. VIP definitely is worth it to increase tower and fast coins for 249 Robux is really good. It's pretty cheap. This game's pretty free to play, friendly, because it's the only Game Pass and it's pretty cheap. The only other thing you can buy with Robux is the Test W Endo, and you can get for 15,000 coins, which is just some grinding. Test W Endo is like the best starter in the game, except for Bear 5, which is, you know, like a 1 in 20,000 chance from those salvage presents, which you don't get a lot of. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So yeah, I think I have one more thing I want to talk about. So I need to head into Endless because I want to show something real quick. So I'm going to hop in here because I want to show how this map works, because I keep seeing like people not understand how it works. And it's like, you're making your life harder by not understanding it. And it pains me. Yeah. Well, I placed some units so we don't die right away as I explain some stuff. I want to say I will be late to the update. I have to do like a job shadowing about the time that the update comes out. So I just want to apologize that I will be late, but I'll do some probably unit reviews, some just update reviews in general, and have a lot of fun. So expect a lot of videos once I get free time after the job shadow. So that's going to be kind of a pain, but whatever. First off, if you guys still don't know, if you're ever playing Endless, just remember I'm always watching you. Teehee. But yeah, so basically how it works is that the only one that comes out of the entrance is the boss. And the boss and every single unit that comes out of here will never go forward towards this exit. They will only turn right. So there is no point in placing units in this corner because it will slow it down and it will just make it harder, because units from this entrance will either split to the left or to the right. So when you place your units here, not only are you attacking units that will turn right, but you're also attacking the units that will turn left. Here, you're only attacking units that turn left, and that means 1, you're beating it slower, 2, you're not getting as much damage, so there's going to be more units in this center focused over here, which will mean that more will leak through the exit, because you have like then 2.5 entrances focusing on this corner, and then you only have like half an entrance focusing on this exit, and then it's just not really worth it. So the two best places to put your like crowds is right here and then right here, basically where my 2 Edos are, if that makes sense. I keep seeing people put stuff over here to defend, and I'm like, no, because the only people that will ever go for that exit has to pass by this intersection right here. Every single thing that comes out of the entrance all the way here to the right with the stage will always turn right and will never go forward. So the boss and all of its other summons that are kind of like around it will always turn right and head towards the exit on the opposite side. So I keep seeing people make that mistake, and it's really just angering me. Also, there's a little secret behind here. Just you can actually get on stage. You can't really do anything else here. I wish you could like get out, but you can't. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. You can see creepy animatronics here, just skeletons with the head. So yeah. But that's basically everything that I want to go over. So, yay! I cannot remember if I pointed this out already or not, but update comes out either, well, it depends on when I upload this, either today or tomorrow, yeah. Because AKA, it's going to be on Monday, and it's going to happen around noonish, EST time is what the developer said. I don't know if I'm going to post this on a Sunday night or a Monday morning, but we will see, depending on when I post it. It depends on when the update is, I guess, based off this. But yeah, update very, very soon. And I'm really excited. Like I said, I'll be at a job shadow, so I'll be late, sadly, but it's okay. I will still make content and be here, and I cannot wait. Also, apparently an NTD 2 update tomorrow, too, so double update, one day. That's going to be crazy. So yeah, that's really it for this. I don't think that's really anything else I want to go over. This video is getting already kind of long, and I probably yapped long enough and probably made it pretty confusing, so I'm going to end this here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments down below. And I'm going to end this here because, oh my goodness, I cannot speak or get words out or anything apparently. Why did I become a YouTuber? I'm so bad at speaking, but whatever. It's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. It would really mean a lot if you could hit that like button and subscribe. Hope this was helpful in some way. But yeah, peace out, guys.